After months of negotiations, the U.S. and Ukraine have now signed an agreement granting America access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals. Ukrainian officials say this deal is a 50-50 partnership with no debt obligations for Kyiv either. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent praised the agreement as the Trump administration tries to secure a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine.
Today's agreement signals clearly to Russian leadership that the Trump administration is committed to a peace process centered on a free, sovereign, and prosperous Ukraine over the long term. It's time for this cruel and senseless war to end.
Now, despite the agreement, fighting in Ukraine continues, with Russian drone attacks overnight killing at least 2 people and injuring 15 others in the Ukrainian port city of Odessa. That's according to Ukrainian emergency services. For more on all of this, I'm joined now by CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio in our London bureau. Hey there, Remy. Good morning to you. How does this deal just announced compare to previous suggestions President Trump made of what he wanted?
Errol, yeah, good morning. That's good to look back here because, for starters, there has been a lot of drama around this deal. It was set to be signed back in February, if you remember, when Zelensky flew to meet Trump. But there was that spectacular meltdown that was being broadcast to the world when Trump said, "You don't have the cards to negotiate." But then fast forward to just last week, and then the two met again. That was at the Vatican, Pope Francis's funeral. There you see there, and it was much more peaceful, appeared to be détente there, a possible turning point, and then boom, now we have an agreement. And this is a joint investment fund that gives the U.S. and Ukraine equal control of Ukraine's natural wealth that's under its soil. Each side would invest the same amount of funds to find, to extract and develop those resources. A lot of it has not been found officially yet. Money coming out would then go towards paying the U.S. for its military support in the future, but isn't backward looking, and that was Trump's original demand, to pay for something like tens of billions of dollars for support. Funds would also go towards Ukraine's reconstruction. Those are the outlines of the deal as we see it right now.
And those last few details fascinate me, Remy, because strategically this effectively ties the U.S. to Ukrainian success, right? They're only paid back for weapons they continue to provide. So what is the implicit message here to the Kremlin?
Well, the implicit message here is that at least there is some kind of backing that Washington is willing to do. It's not explicit that there is some kind of agreement or a pledge or a promise to say we will have the full backing as you did during the Biden administration. But there is, at least from Ukraine's position, that there's hope that this agreement, which ultimately is economic, will mean that the U.S. will be more inclined to protect its interests, because if Washington, and because Washington will be putting in its own money, theoretically it will want to keep that investment safe from Russia's ongoing invasion here. So the hope here is that this agreement will be the tie that at least binds them, if not all the way back together, at least some of the way back together.
And meanwhile, Remy, Russia just continues to hit Ukraine. We just reported on these overnight attacks in Odessa. What more can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, these latest attacks are proof that protection, security is still needed from Ukraine's allies, from Europe, from the United States here. Those Russian attacks continuing. A drone attack last night killed at least 2 people, from what we're understanding, and injured 5 others in Odessa. That's in the southeast of the country, near the front lines. But near the front lines in the northeast part of Ukraine, another drone attack hit Kharkiv. It had a gas station, a fire reported in the city there. And just yesterday, we were talking about at least 4 dozen people who were either injured or killed in a swarm of drone attacks. So we see that this still continues on. And looking ahead, I have to remind that Vladimir Putin, Russia's leader, has said that coming up on May 8th, he wants a temporary ceasefire for the victory over Europe, the end of World War II, the 80th anniversary. People are saying that this, 7 days from now, is they're looking at this with some kind of skepticism, because as these ongoing attacks happen, they're saying that when foreign dignitaries are in Moscow, they want everything to be nice and happy and quiet.
Interesting. All right, Remy, joining us from London. Thanks for that.
Of course.